Hey guys, I'm excited to share a really delicious restaurant recipe with you today. Who doesn't love Olive Garden breadsticks dipped in Alfredo sauce? You don't have to be a kid to love them. They are adult friendly too. So today I'm going to show you how simple they are to make. And since I am a mother of 7 kids and eating out when all the kids were home was a rarity, I learned how to make a lot of recipes, a lot of copycats to keep the family happy. You can imagine with so many kids, there's a lot of eating going on, and bread is a great filler. So with the help of my KitchenAid mixer, I'm gonna make some homemade dough, which is really, really simple, just a few ingredients. And if you don't have one, you could try to do it by hand. You could do it in a bread maker. And then we let the dough rise, cut it into strips, and then we're gonna brush the top with butter and salt and garlic powder, and then make homemade Alfredo. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so here goes, really simple. I have 12 ounces of lukewarm water. And to that, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, a tablespoon of softened butter or melted. I have a tablespoon of cane sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. I use the pink Himalayan salt. I'm obsessed. It's just got a great flavor. All right, next is our flour, 4 cups of flour. You could use a bread flour or you can use an all-purpose. Either way, it's really not gonna make that much difference. Okay, 4 cups of flour. Okay, and last is 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast, which is always stored in the fridge once you open it. Okay, simple, simple dough. All right, and then put your dough attachment on if you are using a mixer. Lock this into place, and we're gonna put it on setting 2 for 8 minutes. Okay, time's up. Dough is nicely kneaded. And so we're gonna let it rise. You want it to rise until it is about double in size, which is typically an hour to an hour and a half. So what I like to do is just pull the dough out, comes out nice and easy, and spray your mixing bowl with some cooking spray, and then just shape it into a nice neat ball with your hands. And pop it in, cover it with some plastic wrap or a towel, and let it rise. Okay, so we're gonna let it rise, and then we're gonna cut it into strips, top it with butter, salt, garlic powder, and then make our Alfredo sauce. So I'm gonna go kill some time. Okay, as you can see, the dough has risen up nicely. It's been about a little over an hour, and I ran to the store and came back, and so we're ready to go here and make these yummy breadsticks. A little bit of flour on your work area, and then you're just gonna gently pull the dough out, trying to keep it intact, and then spread it out into a nice big rectangle. It's nice and flexible, and we're looking to get 10 to 12 breadsticks. Okay. And you don't even have to do much shaping here. So I like to use a pizza wheel. It works great for dough. So you can 1, 2, okay, I got 10. I've got a nice big baking sheet that I sprayed with some cooking spray. And so you can just transfer the breadsticks. Like I said, you hardly have to really do any shaping to them at all. Round them out a little. Okay, and line them all on the sheet. So now you take your melted butter. I melted 2 tablespoons, and you can use a pastry brush and just brush the tops evenly with butter. And then the butter will help the salt and the garlic powder to stick really nice. And that's where a lot of the delicious flavor comes from, of course. Getting psyched to eat these. Okay, and then I have some salt, and you're just gonna try to sprinkle it evenly over the top. I think sprinkling it is your best bet so that it doesn't come on too thick. Put a nice dusting of salt. That may equate to a quarter to a half a teaspoon at the teaspoon max, I would say. And then the same with the garlic powder. Use the one with the holes so that you can do even distribution, and just lightly coat the top with garlic powder. Don't go too crazy, just a nice light coating. You can see it as you sprinkle it, so you can tell if it's too much or too little. All right, oh, it smells good. All right, so I've preheated the oven to 375 degrees. I'm gonna start these at 15 minutes and see how they look at that point. And I'm gonna be right back to show you how to do homemade Alfredo sauce. All right, guys, now for our homemade Alfredo sauce. This is obviously optional. If you don't wanna make Alfredo, just make the breadsticks. But if you want to get really authentic Olive Garden style, then wanna do breadsticks with Alfredo sauce. So get yourself a nice medium-sized saucepan. I basically throw it all in, put it on the stove over medium heat, medium-high heat, bring it to a boil, whisking like the entire time until it's thick and bubbly. So begin with 1 stick of butter, and to that you're gonna add an entire container of heavy cream, which is a pint. Not a low-fat sauce by any means, but delicious. Okay, a teaspoon of salt. I have 1/3 cup of dried Parmesan cheese. And then you definitely want to put about a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And I have 3 teaspoons of flour. Okay, it's gonna help thicken it up. You don't want it too watery. And then your garlic powder, about a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, that's it. So I'm gonna go put that on the stove and get it bubbling. And then by the time this is done, the bread should be done, and we're gonna put it all together. Okay, the Alfredo came out so creamy and perfect. I just whisked and whisked, and there's no lumps or anything. Look at that. Ooh, yummy. And the breadsticks look delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and taste test and hopefully not burn my mouth. I'm gonna take one of these bigger ones. Oh, by the way, I baked them at 375 for 25 minutes. So I'm just gonna break a piece off. Give it a nice big dip. Oh my God. Whoa. Oops. Holy moly, guys. Wow. I'm sorry, I can't stop. Oh my God. I'm not exaggerating. These are awesome. Little crunch to them. Pardon the chew. Pardon the chew. Wow. All I gotta say is go excite yourself or excite your family. Either way, somebody's gonna be excited. These are fantastic. The Alfredo on point. You must make. All my recipes are down below. Please share with your friends. Follow me on social media, and thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day.